If your crown is the weakest part of your waves, doesn't seem to connect, or just looks messy compared to the rest of your pattern, this video is for you. If I had to start my wave journey over again, there's one thing I would do differently. I would train my crown first. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jay, and I help beginners get better 360 waves. Your crown is probably one of the most frustrating parts of your whole pattern because it's different for everybody. But once you understand how your crown works and how to train it correctly, everything starts to become a lot easier. So let's get into it. If I was to start my wave journey all over again, I would prioritize my crown immediately. When I first started, I avoided brushing my crown because it was difficult. Looking back, that was one of the biggest mistakes that I made. Your crown is the center of your entire wave pattern. Every brush stroke starts from your crown. So if your crown isn't trained properly, it's gonna make developing the rest of your pattern a lot harder. So if you're just getting started, don't wait until later to work on your crown. Start training from day one. Before you can start training your crown, you have to know exactly where it is. I always recommend getting a 1.5 cut. That makes it easier to see your whole head. It's a lot easier to see where your crown begins. You'll figure out and understand the direction your hair naturally grows. Once you find that center point, that's where every brush stroke should begin. When it comes to your crown, you have a couple of options. You could either create your own placement of your crown, or you can follow the natural swirl of your crown. As a beginner, I recommend just following that natural flow of the way your crown goes. Personally, I just think it's easier to follow the natural hair growth pattern of your crown. Now, another thing you may notice when it comes to your crown, you may feel like you have two. If that's you, you just want to follow the one that feels more natural. You don't want to go back and forth with trying to decide which one, or you're brushing one day and then you're brushing the other, because you'll end up training two different starting points for your crown instead of one consistent pattern. And that is where a lot of people get confused and frustrated with the crown. You want to work with your crown, not against it. Now let's talk about brushing. You don't need to brush your crown longer than you do the rest of your waves on your head. You just want to brush it smarter. When attacking the crown, you want to use slower brush strokes and smaller brush strokes as well. Slower and smaller brush strokes around your crown, because accuracy matters more than speed. No blind brushing for your crown. It's pretty much impossible if we're keeping it real. Mirror brushing is extremely important because you need to be able to see where your brush is going. There's no way to blind brush your crown. That precise brushing that you need for the center of your crown, you need to be able to see that. You don't want to guess your angles around your crown. You can use a regular brush when it comes to your crown, to just use the tip of it, an actual crown brush, or you could even use a toothbrush. The goal is to be precise when it comes to your crown. You may know where your crown is, you may understand the flow and the placement. Now you're just struggling to get it to wave up. If you're having trouble to get your crown to wave up, using a moisturizer around your crown area while you brush can definitely help. So just as if you would apply moisturizer to all of your waves for your crown sessions, you can do the same thing, but just apply it to your crown. Just a little bit amount around your crown area, and you brush. That will soften your hair and make it easier to train. Like the rest of your wave pattern, you also have to train your crown. So once you finish brushing that crown session, after using the moisturizer, you could even go in with the pomade, a small amount, to help lock everything in place after you're finished with your crown. Then if you really want extra compression, or to really make sure it stays in place, you can use a crown patch. A crown patch is basically a mini do-rag specifically designed for your crown. It helps keep that area laid down. When we have our do-rag on and we sleep and we move, our do-rag still moves around, especially the crown area part. Make sure your do-rag is nice and snug, but even sometimes that's not enough. And that's where the crown patch will come in. Is the crown patch always necessary? Not really. Me personally, I don't always wear mine. If you are trying to get some sort of feel, or trying to lock it in, or trying to figure it out, I recommend you start wearing your crown patch because it helps. But always remember, Products don't create waves. They just simply support the brushing and the compression that you've already been doing. And another thing I recommend is combing your crown. Combing helps separate your hair, removes and detangles, and keeps everything moving in the direction you're trying to train it. Regardless, you should be combing your waves at least once a day. And when you have these crown sessions, I recommend specifically combing your crown as well as a part of your training before you brush. A lot of beginners skip the comb completely. I know a lot of people don't even realize that we should be combing. It's not that you necessarily always have to comb, but it does help. If there's one thing I want you to remember from this video, it's this. Start your brush session with your crown and end your brush sessions with your crown. Never avoid it. Every single brush stroke in your whole wave pattern starts from your crown. If you ignore it, your waves will always look and feel incomplete. If I could go back and give beginner Jay a piece of advice, it would be to prioritize my crown from the very beginning. It would have made developing the rest of my waves so much easier. So to recap, find your crown, follow your natural growth pattern. Get a 1.5 cut or just a lower cut so you can see your crown and locate it with ease. Use slower and smaller brush strokes when it comes to brushing your crown. You want to brush outward from your crown. You have like just a little line, brush at that line until it begins to close. Mirror brush so you can always be accurate with your brushing. Moisturize and compress when needed. Comb your crown, and most importantly, carve out specific time just for your crown, whether that is in the beginning of your brush session or the end, because every wave on your head starts there. If you got any value out of this video, always be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one.